Hey everybody, I'm ZeldaMaster and welcome to my Heart Piece Guide for The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. This video is going to cover the locations of all of the pieces of heart within the game. Now, you collect a total of 17 heart containers within the game, though 9 of the heart containers are obtained from dungeons. I will be covering the other 8 that are broken into 28 heart pieces and scattered around Lorule and Hyrule. Now, before we begin, I would like to note that I will be collecting them in no particular order. This is mainly just to show off their locations and how to get them. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and begin. Okay, so one of the very first pieces of heart you can obtain within the game is just south of Queen Oren's home. What you want to do is swim down these waterfalls, obviously you're going to need your Zora flippers for this, and head inside this cave that is behind that waterfall, and pick up your very first piece of heart. Another piece of heart can be located within the graveyard. What you want to do is head inside the secret passage that will take you to the sanctuary that you most likely did really early on in the game, and make your way to this room. The room where you got the small key that allowed you to progress throughout this secret passage. Now what you want to do is make your way to the chest that obtained said small key, because what you're going to do is you're going to merge on the wall and head all the way right from where that chest was. So if you merge like so, and make your way all the way to the right, you're going to find a ledge that has a piece of heart. Our next piece of heart can be located south of Link's house. Now you're going to need your bombs for this one. You can actually see the piece of heart guarded by statues surrounding a cave. What you're going to want to do is head all the way down until you find these statues guarding this wall. Place a bomb in front of said wall, wait for it to explode, and it will reveal a secret entrance to this secret cave that will actually take you behind the pillars guarding the piece of heart. So just make your way past this secret cave of secretness, and once you do, you will be able to head out of this entrance, and it will give you your prize that you've been waiting for. So there you go, the piece of heart. Okay, so this piece of heart is going to require the power gloves that you obtained from Rosso. What you want to do is head all the way east of Hyrule Castle's wall and make it up to where you find rocks guarding a piece of heart. Pick up one of the rocks and, well, claim your prize. This piece of heart is on Death Mountain on your way to the Tower of Hera. While heading on this particular wall, go ahead and drop down to this secret passageway that will give you a piece of heart. The next piece of heart can be located east of the Tower of Hera. You're going to need your hookshot and hammer for this one. What you want to do is use your hookshot to hook across this broken bridge and make your way to a secret cave. It's not really that secret, but make your way inside this cave, and it will take you to this weird lava platforming area where you're going to have to jump from platform to platform and do some pretty cool stuff. So what you want to do is head to the main platform within this room, and that is the one I'm currently on. Merge on the wall to your left and wait for a platform to appear. As you can tell, there's a head on it, and if you use your hammer, you can smash it in and it will bounce you all the way up. So you want to use your hammer to have it bounce you up until you make it all the way to the top. So you can use all of these platforms to make it to the top so you can locate the piece of heart. It really depends on timing and stuff, but it's not really that hard once you know how long it takes for the head to bounce up after you hit it with the hammer. So there we go, a piece of heart. Okay, so this piece of heart is actually really easy to get. Believe it or not, it's in the same location as a piece of heart within A Link to the Past. You're going to need your power gloves for this one. Pick up the rock, jump inside this weird hole, and, well, pick up your piece of heart. Yeah! Okay, so this piece of heart is actually east of Kakariko Village. It's right in front of the blacksmith's house. Now, instead of the power gloves, you're going to need the Titan Mitch, which you obtain in the Desert Palace. And once you pick up the rock, you can pick up your piece of heart. Just outside the blacksmith's house, if you actually merge on his house and head through the pathway behind his house, you can find a really easy piece of heart. Yeah! Okay, so next piece of heart is actually located within the Lost Woods. Now, the easiest way to head to Lost Woods is actually north of Kakariko Village. Just head through this pathway, and obviously you're going to need your power gloves for this one as well, so you can pick up those rocks. But once you make it up here to the Lost Woods, you're going to want to make your way around, as in you are heading inside the Lost Woods' maze. I guess you could consider this the Lost Woods entrance. This isn't the Lost Woods itself, because you don't really get lost in here. But make your way all the way over here, by this log, and you want to head through the secret passage that will give you a piece of heart. Okay, so here we are in the Eastern Palace. We're going to be able to get a couple pieces of heart. This one's going to require the bombs. You want to blow up this wall that is covered by boulders, and go ahead and make it to that entrance. You can either merge on the wall like so, or you can head up the stairs that are just south from where Link is currently at. Anyways, head inside this cave, merge on the wall like this, and well, there's a piece of heart waiting for you. Alright, just outside this cave, if you head south a screen from the Eastern Palace, you're going to need your hammer for this one, but you can obtain yourself another piece of heart. So there are pegs covering a piece of heart. If you go ahead and smash a peg in, you can easily pick up your prize. Alright, so there's a couple of pieces of heart you can obtain with Lorule as well. So there's a piece of heart that is right behind Sahasrael's house, but in Lorule. So go ahead and merge on the wall behind Sahasrael's house. You'll be teleported to the north part of Lorule's Thieves Town, and well, if you continue merging on the wall from the right, you'll find a piece of heart. Another piece of heart can actually be obtained by heading through this crack on this house within Thieves Town. Now what you want to do is head inside this crack, and this is going to take you to a house that isn't accessible within Hyrule because it's locked from the outside. So this stylish woman is going to wonder how you went inside. I mean, you might have broken, but she doesn't really care. She actually admires it, and believe it or not, she is going to give you a reward for breaking in. So she's going to give us, of course, a piece of heart. Another piece of heart can be obtained within Lorule's Thieves Town. What you want to do is head over to the house with a chest sign on it. This is going to be a chest guessing minigame. Basically, you pay 200 rupees to open up 3 random chests, and, well, believe it or not, a heart piece is located in one of them. So, well, keep playing this minigame until you unlock the piece of heart. So, as he says, there might be a piece of heart in one of them, so why not play it? Let's get ourselves that piece of heart. And there we go, we got ourselves a piece of heart. So, just south of Kakariko Village, there is a Cuckoo minigame that you can play to get yourself a piece of heart. Basically, how this Cuckoo minigame works is, well, you're going to have to unlock all 3 modes. Starts off with Egg, then Chick, and then Rooster. If you beat Egg and Chick, you'll unlock Rooster. Once you unlock Rooster, you can play, and if you win it, you get yourself a piece of heart. This one's a little easy. All you need to do is avoid the Cuckoos. It takes a little practice, but once you get into it, it should be really easy to avoid. And, well, once you do that on Rooster mode, you'll get yourself 150 rupees prize, as well as the special prize for actually taking on Rooster mode, which is a piece of heart, as mentioned. Because, you know, I wouldn't be showing this if you weren't going to get a piece of heart, of course. So, yeah, duh. Okay, let's go ahead and get ourselves a piece of heart. Just south of the Cuckoo minigame, there's another minigame you can play, and this is the Rupee Rush minigame. Basically, how this minigame works is you're given 30 seconds to collect as many rupees as you possibly can, and you're supposed to collect up to 100 rupees to get the piece of heart. Basically, what you want to do is talk to her before the timer exceeds 30 seconds, and the twist is, there is no timer, so yeah, you kind of have to count up to 30 seconds and talk to her kind of like on the dot or something. Or you can take her before 30 seconds and still get the money, but, you know, if you want to collect as many rupees as you possibly can, you gotta use all the time. So yeah, you could use some kind of device to record your time or something. I mean, really up to you, but, yeah, basically the easiest way to do this is if you are using a device or you have a really good internal clock, you could count up to 28 seconds and then talk to her. Because you'll get a ×2 bonus of how many rupees you got. And if you factor at 29 seconds, like right before 30 or 30 on the dot, you'll get a ×3 bonus. So you only need to collect 50 rupees if you're 100% sure you'll get this, you know, ×2 or ×3 bonus. Luckily, I believe I got the ×2 bonus, so I only need to collect it up to, like, what, 50 rupees, and I had over 100. So generally, I only got 56 rupees, but since I talked to her when there's 2 seconds to spare, I got the ×2 bonus. So yeah, that's how you do that one, and you get yourself another awesome piece of heart. Hopefully you're not tired of me saying that a lot. Yeah. So in the exact same area that holds the Rupee Rush minigame within Hyrule, There is one in Lorule, yes, and it's another Rupee Rush minigame that you're going to have to take on. So you're going to have to talk to this guy. This is the Rupee Rush guy. I guess he's the opposite of the Rupee Rush girl. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I guess, because, you know, they own the same type of minigame, and, you know, from guy to girl, and this guy looks evil, and the girl looks nice, and I'm just assuming this is just off the top of my head, but let's stay on topic. So it's the Rupee Rush minigame and Lorule. Basically what you do is you play the same type of minigame. This one, the setup is a little bit different, so I'll show you how to play it as well, like what route I took and how I got the rupees. It works just like it. If you get the, you know, 28 seconds, you'll get the bonus. If you get, you know, 29 seconds or 30 seconds, you'll get the ×3 bonus. So, you know, you only need to really collect 100 rupees or like 75 rupees, because, yeah, I forgot to mention that you need 150 rupees to get the piece of heart for this one instead of 100. So, yeah, you need more than 50 rupees. I think the easiest way to do this is just to wait for the pawn that spits out rupees to spit out something with like maybe 50 or something. I believe it did for me, so I have well over the amount. I have like 100 and some rupees, and I get the times whatever bonus. So let's see, we literally had a second to spare. Barely, not even a second, and yes, and we got 94 rupees, so we're getting the ×3 bonus, so almost 300 rupees just for that. So yeah, there we go. The easiest way to do this, like I said, is to get the times whatever bonus. So 28 seconds or 29 seconds, and you'll get yourself a bonus that will make these minigames super easy to do. So yeah, there we go, and we get ourselves a piece of heart. Okay, so the next piece of heart is, well, through this bomb. Basically, after you acquire this big plant bomb, this big bomb plant, whatever you want to call it, by talking to the guy who owns the bomb shop and purchasing, you know, the ability to use his bombs and stuff, you can carry this bomb with you, and you actually have to carry it to open a specific dungeon. But yeah, basically what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be carrying this bomb to a certain cave south of the vacant house here in Lorule, aka, you know, the same house in Hyrule that was Link's house, and believe it or not, it's actually in the same area. As you can tell, I'm doing some pretty interesting tactic. I am merging on the wall to keep the bomb standing, and I go kill off the enemies that might, you know, hurt the bomb and have explosives. If the bomb gets hit, it explodes immediately, so you want to make sure you take out the enemies, and then you go pick up the bomb again. If you go off screen, like if you have the screen jump to a different screen, it will despawn, so you have to make sure you're on the same screen before you decide to go anywhere else without the bomb following you. But anyways, in the exact same location where you get a piece of heart in Hyrule, you also get one in Lorule, so there we go. Alright, so this piece of heart is in the secret stealthy maze that will take you to the Dark Palace. So how this works is, while heading to the Dark Palace, you'll have to avoid these guards, and if they catch you, they'll throw you in a prison, and all of that, but the easiest way to get this piece of heart is to complete the Dark Palace, so these guards leave the palace, and you'll be able to, you know, walk through this palace, or this maze, whatever, easily, and get the piece of heart. So the piece of heart is on this ledge, this really thin walkway, so go ahead and walk up to it, and claim your prize. Alright, so this piece of heart is from a minigame as well, and this minigame is called the Bro Racing minigame thing, whatever. So this is a racing bro. Basically what you need to do is race all around Hyrule and make it to, you know, behind Rosso's house. And how this works is you first do the first minigame, which I skipped because it's the same race, you just have to get a better time. So go ahead and race the clock, basically. You have to make it to behind Rosso's house where his brother is in less than 65 seconds. And if you take the route I'm taking, you'll be able to do it easily. As you can tell, I bumped the wall several times and I was still able to make it. There's another way of doing it, but I'm not going to show it. I'm just showing you the official way to do it. But once you do this a second time on their intermediate challenge, they'll give you the prize, that is a heart. Yeah. Alright everyone, so the next piece of heart is in Rosso's house, but in Lorule. So there's a twist. Yes, there isn't really one in Rosso's house. There's one in Lorule, in the spot where Rosso's house is located at. So yeah, this isn't really Rosso's house when you're in Lorule. It's some other place. It's like a I guess Cuckoo pen place thing, whatever. But anyways, there's a piece of heart that's on top of it, and the way to get it is to grab a Cuckoo, and there's a Cuckoo up on this ledge, and head all the way north from there, and just jump this ledge that will take you to where the piece of heart is. So there you go, you just want to fly to it, and yeah! Alright, so this piece of heart is in Mire, the desert for Lorule, I guess, that's actually a swamp. So while heading to the desert palace, you'll make it within this area, and what you want to do is use your sand rod, you're going to need your sand rod for this one, and explode this fissure. Basically there's a rock guarding one of the fissures, and you want to head through Lorule through that specific area, because if you go ahead and walk on this ledge, and as you can tell, you can see exactly where I am on the map, you'll be able to make it to Mire, aka the swamp of Lorule, I guess, and it will give you a piece of heart just on this ledge by heading through that fissure. So yeah! The next piece of heart is actually within a dungeon. Yeah, surprise, I actually put one within a dungeon, but it's not exactly in one, because it's outside of the dungeon, but the only way to get to it is through the dungeon itself. So here we are in Turtle Rock, and I'll show you the easiest way to get it. So obviously this palace has been completed. It doesn't really matter, you can get this like right off as soon as you enter the palace, so don't worry, you don't have to have anything completed within Turtle Rock to actually pick up this piece of heart. So just make it up here on this room that was on the left, and then jump into this portal, and you want to jump into the portal right here, and you'll make your way all the way to the top left of the map here on Turtle Rock. As you can tell, the map actually looks like a turtle, and you're on like one of the two areas. It's one on the high left and one on the high right. So we're on the high left, and if we exit this area after using the ice rod to make platforms and things, we'll be able to find the piece of heart just right outside of it. So there we go. This next heart is a heart you wouldn't normally expect. So here in the Sanctuary of Hyrule, you want to head through the fissure that will take you to Lorule Sanctuary. This area doesn't have to be accessed throughout the game at all. Heck, I didn't access it throughout my playthrough, and I beat the whole game. So if we exit, I believe Hilda is going to want to talk to us, yeah. So we've never been in this area. Because you never have to be in this area to beat the game. If you're 100%ing it, you will, but if you're not 100%ing it, you'll completely forget about this area. But anyways, what you want to do is go ahead and open up this fissure that will take you to Hyrule's ledge of the Graveyard Sanctuary area. And if you look at where it takes us to an area we didn't have access to in Hyrule, and that's a cave that holds a piece of heart. The next piece of heart is probably the most difficult piece of heart to get within the game, at least in my eyes. This is the Octoball Derby minigame. Basically, how to find this minigame is to head to this exact spot within Lorule and talk to this Derby boy. He'll offer you to play his game. You pay 50 rupees per game. How this game works is, well, you are in a baseball field, and you have this Octorok pitching balls at you. You have up to 30 pitches. What you want to do is hit 3 pots in a row, and once you do, a crow will fly across the screen. If you hit the crow, you'll get yourself 20 rupees, and you need to score up to 100 rupees, and that's how you do it. So, as easy as that sounds, it's actually really difficult to hit 3 pots in a row. And let's say you do, it's sometimes hard to actually hit the crow that flies across the screen. So, yeah, I have mixed feelings about this minigame, because the first time I did it, I didn't struggle at all, and that was actually in my Let's Play. And then the second time I did it, which is for this recording, I had so much trouble, it was ridiculous. So, yeah, it's really up to you, but I hit over 100, as you can tell, with like over 7 pitches left, so I just started messing around at the end. I didn't really care, because once you get 100, who cares what score you can get? You know, you're getting the piece of heart, so it's over. This isn't a minigame you want to play for fun or get the high score in, because it's kind of unfair, and it's really weird to hit them, but if you get things down, you'll be able to do it easily, I guess. It just takes a lot of practice. You have to really get into this minigame. It's, you know, maybe not first time. You might get lucky, and the first time you do it, you get it, but I don't know. Like I said, I have mixed feelings about this, because I didn't struggle the first time and struggled the second time. So yeah, but you get a piece of heart from this, of course. This next one can only be obtained in Hyrule, but can only be reached by heading through a specific route within Lorule. What I mean by that is, well, I'll show you. So, the piece of heart within Hyrule, just east of the Tower of Hera, can be seen from here. but the only way to reach it is through a route within Lorule. Now, from Lorule's this mountain, the only way to actually make it to that area is by heading through the cave that will take you to the ice ruins. So, scale these platforms as you would, as in you are heading to the ice ruins, but instead of taking the main path, you'll be taking a different path that will actually take you to where the bird statue is, and you can head through the fissure that will take you to Hyrule, and all of that stuff. It should be pretty obvious by now, but yeah, instead of heading north from here, you want to head west, and this platform is going to take you some other places. So you're going to need your tornado rod for this, as you can tell. We're using it to basically jump on the other platforms that are a lot higher than us, and you can kind of use this puzzle throughout the next section. So you want to head north from here once you make it to these platforms. As you can tell, these platforms, once you make it to this one, are going to be in sync with the one on top of it. So how this works is you just wait for the platforms to start going back, and then use your tornado rod to jump on it. And you just do the same for this one until you make it to the end of this path. And then once you make it to the end of this path, you'll be able to head out of here, and you'll be out the cave in the exact same area where the heart is located, but within Lorule. So just take the fissure that will take you all the way back to Hyrule and be able to pick up the piece of heart. So it's pretty easy, I guess you could say. I don't know, but yeah, there you go. There's a piece of heart. And for the final piece of heart for this game, it's by taking on the Treacherous Tower. Definitely one you'd want to leave for last, because you want to have all the gear you possibly can within the game before taking on this monstrosity. So once you take on beginner mode, you'll unlock intermediate mode. Take on intermediate mode, and once you take on all 15 floors, you'll be able to get the piece of heart. It's really easy, actually. There's another mode after this that's a lot more difficult. That's actually 50 floors, but that's for another video. This is for the heart piece, so we just need to take on intermediate with the 15 floors. Once we do that, we'll get the something extra, and that is the piece of heart. Yes, the final heart container has been assembled. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching my heart piece guide for The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. I hope it helped you guys in some sort of way. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, and stay tuned for more guides for A Link Between Worlds. Also, if you're looking for more A Link Between Worlds action right now, you can easily check out my Let's Play by clicking the playlist on the screen or in the description. But anyways, that does it for this video. I've been ZeldaMaster, and I'll catch you all in the next one.